What's going on, guys? Aaron here, and in today's video we are going to be jumping into the Chandler Halderson case, the incredibly disturbing Chandler Halderson case. Now, the trial has been going on for a little while now. They just put a pause on everything because he just tested positive for COVID. But today I wanted to talk about what happened 6 months ago now, just over 6 months ago, and that is the actual crimes that were committed and the locations that they're talking about within this trial. I figured while they're doing a break, I'd put out this video so you guys can get a better understanding of where these things happened in relation to one another. And then as you're kind of watching the trial unfold, maybe you can reference this video to get a better kind of perspective visually of some of these locations. So before I get into it, I just wanted to mention almost 84% of my views in the last 30 days have come from people who are not subscribed. So definitely hit the subscribe button and let's jump into this video. On July 7th, Chandler reported his parents missing from Windsor, saying he hadn't heard from them since July 2nd.
The next day, News 3 Now spoke with Halderson about his parents' disappearance.
Chandler said that they had went to the cabin that they have in Langley County.
They were picked up by their friends, who I never got the name of, and I assumed it was someone I was aware of, the close neighbors of theirs up the street, or their best friends down on the east side. So that's what I assumed. I never really asked any further.
Okay, so as I'm editing this video, I got to thinking a little bit more about what Chandler was saying there about not knowing who could have picked up his parents, not knowing the names of those people, which I found to be a little bit strange. I also thought about another case from several years ago. Many of you may be familiar with it, the case of Chris Watts. So let's listen in on this body cam footage. I feel like there's some similarities.
It's really hard. I mean, I've exhausted every option I know of as far as friends goes. Like, Nikki knew more of them because she's a woman, and that's about as far as we could go as far as all the friends that we could think of.
Okay, so I know it's not exactly the same, but for him to not know who his parents' friends are, look, I don't know, I guess, all of my parents' friends, but to just say, like, I don't know who it could have been that picked him up. I feel like it was really similar to Chris Watts saying he had no idea who his wife's friends were, which is just a massive red flag. But anyways, let's continue on with this case.
Less than 24 hours after that interview, a set of human remains are found on a property in Cottage Grove. They are later confirmed as his father, Bart.
Okay, so first I'm going to show you guys the location of his parents' home in Windsor. So if I actually zoom out and just go all the way out, they are just north of Madison, Wisconsin, west of Milwaukee. That would be the next largest city nearby. Here is the actual Google Street image from 2013. It looks a little bit different than some of the footage they're showing now. I'm going to show that over the screen. And in fact, in 2013, you can't even see the house that is to the west of theirs. But if you zoom out and look at the 3D models, you can see that this brand new house, I don't know when this was created or when this house was built, but clearly they've created the 3D model of the house. The remains found in Cottage Grove. I was able to find this image here on Irwin Road. I was actually able to pinpoint the exact location on Irwin Road from this 27 WKOW news footage that I'm going to play right here. I'm going to play a little bit of it and then we'll show you exactly where the first remains were found in Cottage Grove.
Katie and George, here on Irwin Road in the town of Cottage Grove, there are still remnants of crime scene tape at this property, and neighbors say roads and access was blocked by law enforcement in recent days out here.
So obviously we have those two posts right there, and in the article we can see that it's the 3500 block of Irwin Road. So if we go to the maps, this is actually that specific spot. This is a very, very old Google Street View image from 2007, but you can see those two posts are the exact same as right here. And this is a fairly old Google Street View image. This is the property. This is where the newscaster is standing at the corner, at the intersection of Irwin Road and then the road that leads up to the property. So this is going to be that property, the wooded property in Cottage Grove where the first remains were found.
And Chandler is arrested for allegedly providing false information to police.
At this point, we have an extremely complex investigation. We have a defendant who had 6 days essentially to hide evidence of this crime and lied to police in the course of this missing persons investigation, which he instigated.
At that time, the Dane County Sheriff's Office was holding out hope to find Krista. But on July 14th, Krista's remains were discovered in the town of Roxbury.
Okay, so now we are at the location near the town of Roxbury, where portions of unidentified human remains were found on Wednesday, July 14th, right here near Old 60 Highway, right along the Wisconsin River. So I'm not entirely sure where they found these remains, but this is kind of the exact intersection of the Wisconsin River and right here, Old Highway 60. So just one day later, Chandler Halderson had to report here at the Dane County Courthouse because he was officially charged with first-degree intentional homicide in the death of his father. So he was here the day after on July 15th.
In late August, he was formally charged in the death of his mother. During his next court appearance, Halderson stood silent in court and pleaded not guilty to all 8 charges against him.
Not entirely sure the significance of this, but this is the landfill that they were searching on July 20th near Johnson Creek. This is the waste management landfill. Okay, so now we are in Langley County. This is the area near White Lake where they supposedly had a vacation home or a cabin of some sort. I was never able to find, I'm sure it's out there, the information of where their exact location was for that, but this isn't super significant because they never actually ended up being there. This was completely said, this was false information given by Chandler that they were supposed to go up here for the 4th of July. He mentioned them having, going to near White Lake for cheaper drinks. But this is the area. It's about, I think, 3 hours north of their house near Madison. So if we actually go back to their initial address and we get the directions, we can see that it is, 2 hours, 54 minutes, about 172 miles to White Lake. So that isn't super significant because, like I said, they were never even there, but that is the location that he was mentioning. And then on July 22nd, rescue teams and authorities were searching the pond behind the Halderson's home. So this was on July 22nd. Here are some of the photos, obviously, from that day. Once again, just searching for more evidence. And then shortly after that, on July 30th, more human remains were found at the property, the Halderson property. So they searched the pond, obviously, and then later on were able to find even more remains at the house. It isn't said whether those remains were found inside or outside of the house. And keep in mind also, I'm making this kind of as the trial is unfolding, so some of those details obviously could be out now, but that is what was found on July 30th. Okay, so if we look at all of those addresses kind of in order, starting with the 4595 Oak Springs Circle address where kind of everything is centered around, we know that he reported that they were near White Lake, Wisconsin, which, like I said, it's not significant because they never were there. However, if they were, law enforcement at this point is having to spread a very wide span in searching for them. So this is a huge red flag, putting them over 3 hours, almost 3 hours away, when in reality, everything happened kind of within this circle, this area. So the 3500 block of Irwin Road is right down here. So this is the Cottage Grove area. This is going to be that property that we looked at earlier. And then the next location, it's listed as West Point, Wisconsin, right here on Google Maps, but it's really just the bridge where the old Highway 60 and Wisconsin River meet. That is where the second set of remains were found. And then everything else was really found back at the 4595 Oak Springs address. So really everything happened within, I don't know, this is a pretty small area really in the kind of areas outside of Madison. Those are the addresses. That's what we're looking at. Of course, this is a very twisted case. I don't know how into the weeds I'm going to get with the case. I may do a couple of live streams as the case and as the trial continues, maybe as it's happening. If you think that that is something you would want me to do, to go live, to react to some of the different things that happen as it happens, let me know down below. But if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to follow the channel for more videos, like I said at the beginning, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you know every time that I upload. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.